Zubir, your brother Said is an amazing person. There is no end to his great ideas.
I'm honored to host the national celebrations at D9M8, sir. For the first time, my dear mother will be able to visit my home in D9M8.
Zubir, your brother Said is a very great man. He's the one who suggested that we take the celebrations from the Bahagia Kaleido Underground to D9M8.
My thoughtful brother. No one else in the world cares so much for me, my mom, and my family.
We agree.
And we will be awarding him with the Anugerah Jiwa Singapura for his many creative innovations.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you very much. My dear mother will be the happiest Singaporean ever to be able to witness this in her lifetime.
Zubir, your family is a privileged one. It is the only family to have two members recognized as the true soul, the true Jiwa of Singapore.
Why is it so empty? Where are the Kiasu Singaporeans?
Yeah, man, this is National Day celebration and nobody here.
Hey, you got the right venue or not?
Yes, they have the right venue.
Then where are the irritating crowds?
Look, just have patience. Look, after all, we all know that Singaporeans are always late.
Said, we cannot wait that long lah.
Have patience, I said. Look, how many of you are here anyway? There are just so many of you. You're crowding up the place.
Thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. Our auras are weakening because there's so many of us here.
Hundreds of thousands, you say? Well, that's much more than the Kiasu Singaporeans that you intend to take over.
We take what we can.
Now, Syed, stop wasting our time and let your Kiasu Singaporeans in so that you can begin your stupid celebrations.
All right. With the push of this button, I will open the portals and let in all the Kiasu Singaporeans, and you can take over.
Damn you, Said!
Get him! If we have to go into oblivion, we'll take him with us!
Nah!
Semoga Bahagia, everyone. Welcome to Singapore's 100th birthday celebration. We invite the daughter of our first Empress of Singapore, the young Maha Mulia Maharani, Miss Maria Manado Alsagoff, to open the celebration. Let's welcome Prime Minister Maria Manado Alsagoff.
Semoga Bahagia Singaporeans. Welcome to Singapore's 100th birthday celebration. 50 years ago, my mother presented the first ever Anugerah Jiwa Singapura to Andryani Abu Bakar, who is the grandmother of this year's recipient. I am pleased to present the Anugerah Jiwa Singapura to our 50th recipient, Mr. Zubir Azhar. Let's welcome him on stage.
Thank you, Prime Minister. I'm honoured to be the 50th recipient on this day that Singapore celebrates her 100th year of independence. As I'm speaking, I know that my brother Said is somewhere watching me, watching over me. This Jiwa really belongs to him. He was the sole brave Singaporean who dared to lure the evil spirits to the Bahagia Collider underground and annihilated over 90% of the evil spirit population. It cost him his life. Singapore has enjoyed unprecedented peace and harmony ever since. He really deserves the Jiwa, not me. In 2015, when my grandmother won this Jiwa, she dedicated it to Encik Zubir Said, who gave us the Majulah Singapura and the Semoga Bahagia. Encik Zubir left us very important messages when he wrote those two songs that we now sing and love so much. In the Majulah, he told us to stand united with a spirit that is new, dengan semangat yang baru. Singapore is now celebrating 100 years of independence, and yes, we are still forging a spirit that is new, courageous, and daring. Encik Zubir's other song, the Semoga Bahagia, reminds us Singaporeans that we should always strive to be valued in the eyes of the world, supaya kita ada harga di mata dunia. Indeed, now 100 years on, we are valued in the eyes of the multiverses and the multi-dimensions that we now inhabit. His most important message, however, is for us to seek and find happiness. He wished us, Semoga Bahagia, may you find happiness, so that we will be valued in the eyes of the world, the universe, and beyond. Singapore has done well. This Anugerah Jiwa Singapura is not mine. It belongs to all of us, to all Singaporeans, past, present, and future. Semoga Bahagia, Singapura.
Bahagia, cita-cita kita yang mulia, berjaya Singapura, marilah kita
I can see you, I can see you.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Why is it so dark? The show is not over yet.
Really? Yeah.
Huh.
I try my magic clapper first.
Okay. Not working.
Oh.
I try my... Also not working.
I think because we evil spirits, we need to be nicer.
Oh.
Okay? Let's try.
Okay.
Excuse me. Can we have the lights, please? Better.
This has been a most enjoyable afternoon, and I also see it as an example of what I might call small theatre in Singapore. That is theatre which is not in the esplanade, and it's not by those major companies which are like have a whole infrastructure and all to do several shows a year. It's a small theatre. Now it's surprising, if you are a normal theatre goer to the Esplanade and the big theatres, you might not know how much small theatre is happening in Singapore. I think about half the actors we saw today are from the small theatre. Am I right? That means they are not simply amateurs. They are people I think the word is semi-pro. And working in small theatre in Singapore is very difficult. It's like being SMO in Singapore. One of the major difficulties that is faced is the simple lack of space that every business in Singapore is affected by. So if you are a small theatre, it's so difficult to find place for rehearsals, right? The venue hire is so very expensive. Even a place to survive in between shows, keep your sets, keep your costumes. In other countries, you can usually, somebody got a grandma with a big house, you can put it in grandma's house or something. Singapore don't have. So frankly, if there's anybody out there who wants to support small theatre or even big institution, they can do so simply by making space available, subsidized space or free space to the small theatres. Because the small theatre, it is out of small theatre that the major theatre will grow. It is the grassroots without which, you agree, the big theatre cannot survive unless it is constantly replenished from below by the grassroots. And if there isn't support given to the grassroots, they will die out, and Singapore theatre will become a sterile monster supported by trying to get major grants and supported by using imported talent and imported script. And the other thing I want to say, not to go on for too long, is that it is also important for Singaporeans to write their own scripts otherwise our theatre industry will again be producing only imported product in foreign talents and imported scripts. It is very important that we should be supporting people like Geraldine who are writing new Singapore scripts to be in a Singapore situation for our own actors and people. It is vital to the survival of theatre in Singapore as a living, growing entity.
This play actually started many years ago when Professor Geraldine Song approached me for an idea. So basically, I pitched her this kind of idea about multi-universes and also an idea of about the Jiwa Award and all that. So it was about 6 years ago. Then after that, the idea just went nowhere, and she kept on, Professor Geraldine Song kept on writing the script and all that. And only this year she approached me and said, hey, the script is ready, would you like to direct? And I was like, oh, can I act in it instead? But she was very persistent that I direct. And just frankly, this is my first time directing a production. I mean, I've directed school plays and all that, but this is my first time to direct a full-scale production in Drama Centre. So I was a bit nervous and all that. So I'm very thankful that I managed to get professional actors, all right, semi-pro actors, and all of them are dedicated to the craft, and they put in a lot of hard work, a lot of rehearsals, a lot of their own things. They are very good to handle things like actors do on stage. Like yesterday, the wheels of the table broke and they improvise it. So I'm very lucky to have professional and dedicated people, and also the production team, a very good stage manager and all that. So we managed to put on a great show, I think. Yeah, don't you agree? Yeah, thank you.
It seems to me that this play is quite new because it's taking Singapore theatre in a direction it's not been before with science fiction. Would you say that?
Yes.
Yes, and did you find that quite challenging, or did you find sources of inspiration from elsewhere?
Okay, basically I know it's individuals believe how I get this idea, because I've have personal experience with the spiritual world, actually, on spirits and all that. So I more or less tell her maybe it would be wonderful to have a play, depicting spirits and all that. And basically it is quite difficult to create something on stage in this kind of spiritual manner, because especially the theme is like futuristic. So it's like in my mind we are supposed to have LED screens and some technology, robots or whatsoever. But due to like a small budget, we have to make do of something else, because currently I'm running Funplay workshop, and I just set up a Bayang Chuk, which is we use shadow theatre to do performances. So that's why me and the stage manager have this idea of using screens. Why don't we use screens to create images, create shadows or silhouettes of people or spirits and all that, and we use lights and smoke and all that. So I guess it might work, and yeah, you've seen it.
Of course, the screens also hark back to traditional roots, reminding me so much of the wayang kulit